Have you ever wondered where Valentine's Day, this day of love and endless gifts, came from? Picture this, a day devoted to expressing affection, showering loved ones with chocolates, roses and teddy bears. But how did we arrive at this annual celebration of love? Is it a timeless tradition? A heartfelt homage to a saint named Valentine? Or is it something more commercial? Let's delve into the fascinating origins of Valentine's Day. A day shrouded in a blend of ancient Roman rituals, Christian traditions, and tales of a martyr named Valentine. But as we peel back the layers of history, there's another side to this day of love. Could our modern Valentine's Day be less about love and more about capitalism? Has the need to express affection been overshadowed by a barrage of marketing campaigns and the ringing of cash registers? Join me as we embark on a journey through time to find out the truth behind Valentine's Day. To uncover the origin of Valentine's Day, we'll have to travel back to ancient Rome. Beneath the mighty arches and grandeur of Rome, in the heart of February, a raucous festival known as Lupercalia was celebrated. This wasn't your traditional romantic dinner with candlelight and roses. Rather, it was a wild and boisterous affair, fueled by a blend of pagan rituals and Roman customs. Lupercalia was a time when Romans cast aside the constraints of their society, engaging in feasts, revelry, and even a rather peculiar matchmaking lottery. Young women would place their names in a large urn, and Rome's eligible bachelors would draw a name, becoming paired for the duration of the festival. Sometimes these pairings would lead to lasting romantic relationships. But Lupercalia wasn't all about love and matchmaking. At its core, it was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, and to Romulus and Remus, the mythical founders of Rome. The celebrations began in a cave, where it was believed the infant Romulus and Remus were cared for by a she-wolf or Luper. The rituals involved a group of priests known as Luperci, sacrificing a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. They would then strip the goat's hide into strips, dip them in the sacrificial blood, and take to the streets, gently slapping both women and crop fields with the goat hide. Far from being fearful, Roman women welcomed this touch, believing it would make them more fertile in the coming year. So, Lupercalia was a festival of fertility, a celebration of life and growth, and a time for Romans to cast off the winter and welcome in the spring. It was an event that laid the groundwork for a future tradition of celebrating love in the middle of February. So was Valentine's Day born out of a wild Roman festival? Not quite. But the echoes of Lupercalia can still be heard today, whispering ancient tales of love and celebration in our modern Valentine's Day traditions. As Christianity spread across Rome, the Church attempted to Christianize the Lupercalia festival. The Church, seeing an opportunity to overlay a Christian celebration onto this popular pagan tradition, sought to replace Lupercalia with a day dedicated to a Christian martyr, a man named Valentine. But who was Valentine, and how did he become synonymous with the celebration of love? There are several legends surrounding Valentine, but the most popular relates to his defiance against the Roman Emperor Claudius II. Legend has it that Claudius, in his quest to create a strong army, banned young men from marrying, believing that bachelors made better soldiers. Valentine, a priest, considered this decree unjust and continued to perform secret marriages for young lovers. When Claudius discovered Valentine's defiance, he ordered Valentine's execution, which allegedly occurred on February 14th. Thus, Valentine became a symbol of love, defiance, and commitment. As the centuries rolled on, the Church officially recognized Valentine as a saint and declared February 14th as St. Valentine's Day. This day was intended to honor St. Valentine and celebrate Christian love and devotion. Lupercalia, with its wild revelries and pagan rituals, was replaced by a more serene celebration of love and devotion, symbolized by St. Valentine's selfless acts. However, the romantic connotations of Valentine's Day as we know it didn't solidify until the Middle Ages. It was during this period that the notion of courtly love flourished, and St. Valentine's Day was absorbed into this culture. Poets and playwrights, most notably Geoffrey Chaucer and William Shakespeare, played a significant role in promoting the day as a time for lovers to express their affection. So, the Day of Love we celebrate now has a Christian martyr at its heart. But where does the tradition of gift-giving come in? The Valentine's Day we recognize today, filled with chocolates, roses, and cards, didn't take shape until much later. Our modern understanding of Valentine's Day as a celebration of romantic love began to take shape in the Middle Ages. During this time, the notion of courtly love flourished, and the tradition of expressing affection through written words started to become more widespread. In the heart of this era, a charming tradition took root. Lovers began to write romantic verses for each other, known as Valentines. These handwritten notes were heartfelt expressions of love, filled with poetry and prose, and often decorated with intricate designs and symbols of affection. This was the birth of the Valentine's Day card, a tradition that continues to be a cornerstone of the holiday. As the centuries rolled on, the Middle Ages gave way to the Victorian era, and with it came a shift in how Valentine's Day was celebrated. The Victorians had a flair for the dramatic and a deep appreciation for the arts. They took the simple handwritten love notes of the Middle Ages and elevated them to a form of high art. Valentine's Day cards became more elaborate, often adorned with lace, ribbons, and intricate illustrations. Alongside the tradition of sending cards, the practice of gift-giving also began during this period. Lovers would present each other with tokens of their affection, ranging from flowers to sweets to small trinkets. The most common gifts were roses, a universal symbol of love, and chocolates, a luxury item at the time which made them a special treat. These traditions have endured, and even today, chocolates and roses remain synonymous with Valentine's Day. Over time, these traditions have been embraced and adapted by cultures around the world, turning Valentine's Day into the universal celebration of love that we know today. So, we've traced the roots of Valentine's Day and its traditions. But how did it become the commercial holiday it is today? As we move into the modern era, we see Valentine's Day transforming into a commercial extravaganza. This transformation didn't happen overnight, but it was certainly expedited by the relentless wheels of capitalism. Businesses, always on the lookout for opportunities to increase sales, saw Valentine's Day as a golden opportunity. The holiday, with its themes of love and affection, was the perfect occasion for promoting gift-giving. And gifts, of course, meant business. From florists to jewelers, candy manufacturers to greeting card companies, a wide range of industries found a way to cash in on the holiday. It began with simple paper valentines in the early 19th century, but as technology advanced and consumer culture grew, so did the variety and extravagance of Valentine's Day gifts. Chocolates packaged in heart-shaped boxes, bouquets of red roses, and diamond jewelry became the norm. By the mid-20th century, it was not uncommon to see elaborate Valentine's Day window displays in department stores, complete with Cupid cutouts and red velvet hearts. But the commercialization of Valentine's Day is not just about selling products. It's also about selling an idea, a vision of what love should look like. Advertisements and marketing campaigns paint a picture of an ideal Valentine's Day, complete with romantic dinners, extravagant gifts, and perfect moments. This vision is enticing, but it also puts pressure on individuals to live up to these expectations, often leading to stress and disappointment. In recent years, there has been a pushback against the commercialization of Valentine's Day, with some people choosing to celebrate in simpler, more personal ways. However, there's no denying that for many businesses, Valentine's Day is a major event, a time when sales skyrocket and profits increase. So as we can see, Valentine's Day is a product of both ancient traditions and modern capitalism. From its roots in ancient Rome to its transformation into a commercial holiday, Valentine's Day has always been a reflection of the times in which it is celebrated. So, what have we learned about the origins of Valentine's Day? Let's take a moment to reflect. Our journey began with the ancient Roman festival of Lupercalia, a wild celebration of fertility and spring's arrival. Then we saw how Christianity, in its early years, sought to tame the festival's raw energy, transforming it into a day to honor Saint Valentine, a martyr symbolizing love and devotion. From there, we witnessed the birth of Valentine's Day traditions, from exchanging handwritten love notes to gifting flowers and chocolates. These traditions have survived centuries, evolving with time and becoming a significant part of our modern-day celebrations. Finally, we delved into the capitalization of Valentine's Day, a process that transformed this day of love into a commercial juggernaut. While it's easy to be cynical about the commercialization, it's important to remember the day's origins. While Valentine's Day may have become a commercial holiday, its roots remind us of its true meaning, a celebration of love.